guys, as always, this is the Investors Channel. This is your host, Prince Dykes, as always, coming to you guys with another great, awesome, and live video. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, comment, share button, all the other good stuff, whatever you want to do. But as always, I don't have a lot of time, and I definitely know you guys don't have a lot of time, so we just want to jump straight into it. So anyway, as you guys can already see on the title of this video, or the description box, or whatever, this is about an app. Boom. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's about an app called RobinHood. This is just when you log in. Called RobinHood. RobinHood, as of lately, has been getting pretty popular. Popular mostly due to the way that it's revolutionizing the way that people buy stock. Is charging zero funds. So not zero funds, but it's charging zero for a transaction fee. As here on this channel, you can see I have a lot of videos about E-Trade. And when you buy a stock or when you sell a stock, it usually charges a commission fee of about $9.99 or sometimes $7.99 with E-Trade, depending on pretty much depending on how much you trade, your frequency of trading. But then again, you have other companies like Scottrade, Trade King, tons of brokers out there. And people always ask me, hey, what broker to use and stuff like that. At the end of the day, if you buy forward stock from E-Trade, I buy forward stock from Scottrade. At the end of the day, we both have forward stock. So it's kind of like which computer is the best computer to get on the internet. At the end of the day, both of you guys are going to have the same end result of getting to the internet. Your preference of hardware is up to you. And that's how I kind of look at the different brokers, right? Some of them have different tools, better tools, all that good stuff like that. But anyway, back on to RobinHood. RobinHood, is saying that, hey, instead of charging this $9.99, this $5.99, we're going to let people do it for free. So the first question I asked, and like all people always ask, well, how can they stay in the business? How can they stay in business like this? For a prime example, sweating here a little bit. Sorry about that. But anyway, for prime example, when you start an E-Trade account or any type of brokerage account, you have to transfer money into that account. When you transfer money into that account, let's say if you decide to buy a particular stock or whatever you decide to buy, ETF, mutual fund, whatever the case may be, when you buy that, for example, you have uninvested money. Let's say, for example, you start an account with $500. Then after you started with $500, you decide to take $300 and buy Nike stock. You still have $200 left over. What are you going to do with that uninvested cash? So most accounts, they give you about, I don't know, 0.01% or whatever the case may be. But they take that money and loan it to other people, get interest off of it, do all of the type of cool stuff with it to make money off of it. That's the one way brokers make money. And they also charge you every time you go to buy something. And when you go to charge, and they charge you again once you go to sell it. So with this venture capitalist fund, not venture capitalist fund, but what RobinHood decided to do, they have about $66 million, if I'm not mistaken, that they raised in venture capitalist fund. Venture capitalist fund is stuff like you see on Shark Tank, where you have private investors that invest into new startups. So they had about $66 million that was invested into them for them to start up, that helped them start up. So what they decided to do was to say, hey, listen, we're not going to charge anybody fees because they know that they noticed that, hey, a lot of companies, when they buy and sell stuff, it really doesn't cost that much. It really, what they charge the customers, $9, $10, is business. People find ways to make money or whatever the case may be. They noticed and said that, hey, it costs little to nothing to buy and sell a stock in real life on Wall Street. Why are they charging these customers $9, $10, whatever the case may be? How about we do it for free? So the thing is, with their big goal is to have a large fan base. If they have a large, I won't say fan base, if they have a large consumer base, that's what they're more focused on, long term versus short term. So they say, hey, we charge zero fees. We can have a lot of customers that can come in, buy stock, the same stock that you'll buy anywhere else. But this is a good idea for us to be able to get, customers in the long term. Whether they decide to do in the long term, that's their case. But they're saying, hey, we have a niche to where we can charge people zero to little. We can not zero, but we can charge people nothing for fees, same as zero. Charge them nothing for fees. And now we can have a large fan base and a large consumer base that we can make money off of with when people have a margin account. A margin account is essentially when you put money into an account. Let's say if you started an account with $500. Margin sometimes double or triples your money. Pretty much it loans you money to be able to give you more purchasing power to be able to buy stock. Now, when they pretty much give you that loan, they make money off of interest, of course. That's something that RobinHood is going to do to make money. And they're also going to take your uninvested funds and make money off of them as well. So they look at that as being more profitable, and they're having you and I as customers and have enough in the long term to, build millions and millions of followers and stuff like that or whatever. So at the end of the day, it's a great app if you're just going. I feel it's a great app if you're just going in to buy stock, right? If you're just trying to buy a regular stock, but it does have big fees, like $50 fees, if you're doing a lot of international stuff. If you're going to do something and you want to get something to the international market, I saw $50 there, $20 for stuff like that. So it's not a wide range of stuff, that you can buy like with other brokers or whatever, but you can buy regular stock. If you're just looking for, hey, I just want to buy and sell regular stock, it's a great way to save a little money. But the thing about it is, once you get into them, they are looking to you. It seems like the philosophy is to hold you in for the long term. I've seen people complain about, hey, it's hard to close the account and move your funds somewhere else, because from what I see, they're looking at getting customers in, getting users in to they're getting customers and they're getting users in to keep them for the long term. They're just like any other broker company. You have to put in your social security number, your address for tax purposes, all the other good stuff. The key thing that I noticed is that it's all done via an app, just like everything these days. You can do it from your phone. Download the app. The app is free. You can download it, and you could, save a couple bucks on transaction fees. It's nothing to jump up and down about crazy that I've seen so far with Robinhood, besides the free transaction fees. I don't see anything about options that I didn't see on there. I didn't see anything about different types of mutual funds. I just saw mostly the stocks, but I think mutual funds should be in there too, but I'm not sure on that. But anyway, it's a good free app. You can get free trades. You can save $9 or $10, and at the end of the day, if you get forward stock from E-Trade, or if you get forward stock from Robinhood, it's essentially the same thing. So there's my review. There